What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Goblin, and today I'm coming in with a story time for you guys about the most dabs that I've ever done at one time in one sitting. You know, not like taking a break, not like, in one day, in one sitting. And this is pretty crazy. This is definitely probably one of the times where it's definitely in my top 3 highest I've ever been, definitely, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys. It is a pretty interesting and entertaining story that I remember pretty fondly. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you enjoy some more Call of Duty Ghost gameplay. I really love, uploading this game. It feels a lot better to play than AW, and that's weird to say because I really used to hate this game, but after AW, anything's better. So this is pretty cool compared to AW. If I play any other CODs, maybe I'll hate this game, but so far I've only been playing AW recently, so this is a real step up. Props to Call of Duty Ghost. But anyways, so the most dabs I've ever done. Now, if you guys don't know what dabs are, it is called, the formal term for it is wax, and it is basically, it's like weed on steroids. It is concentrated THC. Literally, people strain the THC out of weed and make it into a wax that you can then heat up and smoke. So, for example, like one dab could get you as high as smoking a blunt. So if that gives you an idea of how potent wax really is, then yeah, and if you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. How much, how can I put it? How potent a dab is, I guess. That's really the only way to put it, just how strong it is. So I wanted to, explain to you guys that before I go through the rest of this video for my younger audience who have maybe tried these things or never tried these things, or just people who have never tried these things. I like to, give a little recap before I dive into the story. But anyways, so my buddies came over to my house. This was a fine evening over the summer. It was like a Tuesday or some shit. I don't know. This is way back in, last summer, I think. And my buddies came over to my house. It was 2 of my friends who I'm not going to use their real names. And they came over with a sheet of wax. And they came over and they were like, dude, this stuff has some flame. And I was like, yep, I could tell this is really good. This stuff looks really good. It's hitting really good. And I didn't have any money left. I paid them for a couple dabs, but I was really high and I wanted more. I didn't have any money left. So I had things. I had an old Nintendo 64 and a couple old Xbox controllers that I didn't really use anymore. And a couple Xbox games, a couple 360 games that if I were to sell them at like GameStop would get me like $2, so I didn't really care. They were nothing to me. So, I told them, I said, hey, you guys trying to throw me a lot of dabs? And they were like, for what? And I said, I've got this Nintendo right here. I've got some games for it. I've got some controllers. I'll throw you some random miscellaneous stuff laying around my room, and you'll throw me some dabs. And they were like, all right, that's cool. That's straight. So they did that. And I even had dabs left over after this on my own little sheet, on top of the stuff that I did immediately then. And, dabs, typically you want to do them off of a rig, but you can also do them off of a vape. You can actually put dabs on the coil. For you guys who don't know this, you're learning something new today. You can actually put them on the coil and hit them off of a vape, and it works just fine. It heats up just fine, and you hit it. And that's what I did. My friend brought his box mod over, and he basically took the cotton out of it. It was literally, and still to this day, is used only for dabbing, not at all whatsoever for vaping. So, he had that over here, and I gave him a bunch of games, and he gave me dab after dab after dab. He told me I can keep going till I can't do it anymore. So I did 12. I did 12 dabs back to back, just to the face. I just hit him, and it was ridiculous. That was the most dabs by far that I've ever done in one day. And in terms of THC, probably the most THC I've ingested, at one time. Or inhaled, I guess that word also works. But either way, dabs, to give you guys an idea of the high, it's a really different feeling from weed. It's a really intense high. It's a big head rush. When you smoke weed, you're very calm, and when you smoke a dab, it's kind of the same calm, but it's a really more intense and aggressive kind of high, if that makes any sense. It's different, and I personally like it a lot. So I did 12 of them. This is a ton of dabs, for like one dab can get you really baked, so 12 is just out of the world. And it was something else for me. I got to the point where I actually got so high that I don't really think I understood or comprehended at the time how high I was. I just thought I was as high as any other day. I didn't really comprehend just how baked I really was. And I remember that after doing these dabs, my buddies, they cut off a little sheet for me. They left me my own little bit. I think I had a really good amount of dabs. I want to say like 1/4 gram, which for one person, that doesn't sound like much at all. But if you guys know dabs, for one person, 1/4 gram of dabs, of dabs to the face will have you feeling wonderful, really, really wonderful, and that can last you more than a day too. A quarter of a gram of dabs, that lasts you plenty of time if you really only do like 1 or 2 dabs at a time, if you're not a fucking animal and just do them all at once. So, I had my quarter gram in my nightstand drawer, and I already done the 12. So my friends left. They told me they had to go. I said peace out, and I was just laying there in my bed. And I remember I was just so baked at this point, and I was laying there looking up, and I was thinking to myself, food, that sounds cool. So I went into my kitchen, and I pulled out like 3 bags of chips. I had like a bag of Ruffles, a bag of sour cream and cheddar Ruffles, and then like a bag of Lay's, and I downed them. I smacked those bitches. I ate the fuck out of those chips. You could bet your ass you never saw those chips again. I have French onion dip in the fridge. Oh, you could bet your ass that was gone immediately. Never saw that again. MIA, rest in peace on that French onion dip. I had that good ass salsa in the fridge. You could bet your ass I dipped the Lay's in that salsa too. Yup, yes, boy. You know what I'm on already. But I wasn't done. And when I smoke, I get bad munchies, but I'd never quite been this intense of a high before, so my munchies were through the roof at this point. I could tear through a house, like a family of 6's, like entire, like, fridge and pantry in like a day. Easy if I was like that, very easily. So I went in the fridge and I pulled out this bag of like frozen like bone-in wings, right? They were like these Tyson's hot wings or some shit. You could bet your ass I made the whole bag. You could bet your ass I made all these bitches. I was like, yup, definitely eating these. That's the move. Put these bitches in the microwave for like 3 minutes or some shit. I had to do like 3 separate plates because there were so many wings, and you could bet your ass I ate them all. They were all gone. MIA on those wings, never seen again. So I ate all these wings, and I laid down. And just, I remember I laid on my bed for a little bit, and then I was like, no, I can't lay here. No, I can't do it. So I remember I got back up, and I started playing some PlayStation. I think I was playing some, like, I don't remember. I might have been playing AW, and I was like fucking, I was going like 3-20 or some shit. I was just, my reflexes were so fucking through the roof shit at this point. Just absolute, like, down the gutter fucking ass reflexes, one sensitivity. I just couldn't function. So I was like, fuck this. I went to sleep. I woke up like an hour later. I don't really know why I woke up. I think my dog was barking actually, and that woke me up. I think my dog woke me up. But either way, I was high. This is the longest high I've ever had actually. Off of weed at least. I was high for, I want to say, 8 hours. Really easily. So I remember, I was really baked, and it was pretty consistent, not as intense towards the end, but still pretty baked towards the end. And I remember, my mom came home at this point, and I'd smoked at like noon, and my mom wasn't supposed to be home till like 7 p.m. So I didn't really expect myself to still be high, but my mom came home, and she definitely knew what was up, because I remember as soon as she came home, I yelled like hello from like my room in like a really stoned voice. I was like hello, or like some shit like that, and she fucking came in my room, and she was just like, Nick, did you smoke today? And I was like, no. And she was like, don't lie to me. And I was like, yeah, I fucking smoked today. And she's like, are you high right now? And I was like, yeah, I'm fucking high. And she was like, God damn it, Nick. And she just kind of said, I don't want this happening again, okay? And I was like, all right, it won't. So she left my room, and at that, I don't even remember. I think I went to sleep at that point. I was just so stupid at that point. I don't really know what I was doing. But either way, that was my story for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like on this video and leave a comment sharing the highest you've ever been if you do smoke. If not, if you don't do any drugs, good for you. Keep it up. You're living a responsible lifestyle. I'm proud of you. Don't follow in my footsteps. Either way, drop a like if you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.